Hello and welcome to Wisdom Forge. How music rewires your brain, the science behind its amazing powers. Learn English through neuroscience. The transformative power of music. Music possesses an extraordinary ability to awaken memories and emotions even in individuals with severe cognitive impairments. A remarkable case study involved a 92-year-old man with advanced dementia who had been largely unresponsive for over a decade. When caregivers introduced familiar music from his youth through headphones, an astonishing transformation occurred. The man who had been withdrawn in silence suddenly became animated, his eyes brightened, he began singing along accurately to songs from his past, and he engaged in lively conversation about the music. This dramatic response demonstrates music's unique capacity to bypass damaged neural pathways and reconnect individuals with their personal histories and identities when other forms of communication have failed. Defining the indefinable, what is music? Despite being a universal human experience, music resists simple definition. Cultural perspectives dramatically influence what different groups perceive as musical, the intricate tuning of a sitar that Western audiences might mistake for performance, or the rhythmic speech patterns of rap that some consider music while others debate. Neuroscientists describe music as temporally patterned sound activities without immediate practical function, but this technical definition fails to capture its emotional resonance. What makes music universally recognizable despite cultural variations are fundamental elements like rhythm, melody, and timbre, the quality that distinguishes different instruments. These core components form a common language that transcends specific genres or traditions. The evolutionary origins of music. Music appears deeply rooted in human biology and evolution. Archaeological evidence reveals musical instruments dating back 35,000 years, while every known culture has developed some form of musical expression. Infants demonstrate innate musical responsiveness, swaying to rhythms and reacting with delight to melodic parentese speech. This universality suggests music served important evolutionary functions, though experts debate its precise adaptive value. Some theorists propose music enhanced social bonding and group cohesion in early human communities, while others argue it represents a byproduct of other cognitive abilities like language processing. Regardless of its origins, music's enduring presence across human societies indicates it addresses fundamental neurological and social needs. The neuroscience of musical perception. When we experience music, our brains engage in remarkably complex processing. Unlike basic sensory perception, music activates multiple interconnected brain regions simultaneously. The auditory cortex processes pitch and tone, while the prefrontal cortex handles musical structure and expectations. Rhythm primarily engages the motor cortex and cerebellum, explaining why we naturally move to beats. Emotional responses originate in the amygdala and limbic system, with particularly powerful music triggering dopamine release in the brain's reward centers. This distributed neural processing explains music's ability to influence cognition, emotion, and physical movements simultaneously, creating holistic experiences that few other stimuli can match. Cognitive benefits of music training. Learning to play music produces measurable changes in brain structure and function. Years of musical practice increase gray matter volume in areas related to auditory processing, motor control, and executive function. These neurological adaptations translate to cognitive advantages. Musicians typically demonstrate enhanced auditory discrimination, working memory capacity, and information processing speed compared to non-musicians. Interestingly, these benefits extend to language skills, with music training improving phonological awareness, reading ability, and second language acquisition. The mental discipline required to master an instrument also cultivates focus, perseverance, and problem-solving skills that transfer to academic and professional domains. Debunking the Mozart effect myth. A popular but misunderstood concept suggests that simply listening to classical music temporarily boosts intelligence. This idea originated from a modest study showing short-term improvement in spatial reasoning after Mozart exposure, with effects lasting about 15 minutes. Media exaggeration spawned an industry marketing classical music to parents, despite subsequent research showing any enjoyable auditory stimulus produces similar brief cognitive enhancement. The real benefits come from active musical engagement rather than passive listening. While the Mozart effect proved overstated, it sparked valuable research into music's authentic cognitive impacts, revealing more substantial and lasting benefits from actual music education. Music's impact on language skills. The neurological overlap between music and language processing creates fascinating cross-domain benefits. Music training enhances crucial language capacities like phonemic awareness, auditory discrimination, and verbal memory. Studies show children with musical instruction develop stronger reading skills and larger vocabularies than their non-musical peers. This connection becomes particularly evident when examining speech perception in noisy environments. Musicians consistently outperform others at understanding conversations in crowded rooms. The auditory sharpening from musical practice directly translates to improved language processing, suggesting music education could serve as a powerful tool for literacy development and speech therapy. Emotional intelligence and music training. Musical education appears to cultivate emotional sensitivity and social perception. Research demonstrates that musicians excel at detecting subtle emotional cues in speech, even in unfamiliar languages. This enhanced emotional awareness extends to nonverbal communication as well. Studies show music students better recognize and interpret facial expressions. The connection may stem from the precise auditory discrimination developed through musical practice, allowing practitioners to detect nuanced variations in tone and inflection that convey emotional information. These findings suggest music training could help develop empathy and interpersonal skills alongside its more obvious cognitive benefits. Music and social development in children. Group music activities provide powerful social learning opportunities for children. Collaborative musical experiences require listening, turn-taking, and nonverbal communication, all fundamental social skills. Research shows children participating in interactive music programs demonstrate increased cooperation, empathy, and positive social behaviors compared to control groups. Even infants show social benefits from musical engagement, with parent-child music classes leading to more smiling, gesturing, and emotional connection. These effects likely stem from music's ability to synchronize group emotions and create shared positive experiences, establishing patterns of pro-social interaction that generalize to other contexts. The neurochemistry of musical emotion. Music's emotional power stems from its ability to influence brain chemistry. Particularly moving musical experiences trigger dopamine release in the striatum, creating feelings of pleasure and reward. Stressful situations find relief through music's capacity to lower cortisol levels, reducing anxiety more effectively than some medications. Group musical activities like choir singing stimulate oxytocin production, fostering trust and social bonding. These neurochemical responses explain why music can instantly alter mood, provide comfort during difficult times, and create powerful connections between people. The biochemical effects are so robust that hospitals now use music therapy to reduce patient stress and accelerate recovery. Music therapy for neurological rehabilitation. Clinical applications of music demonstrate its remarkable healing potential. Stroke patients recovering language abilities often respond better to melodic intonation therapy than traditional speech therapy, with music helping rebuild damaged neural pathways. Parkinson's patients show improved gait and movement control when walking to rhythmic musical cues. Even premature infants in neonatal units benefit from therapeutic music, exhibiting better feeding patterns and faster weight gain. These medical applications reveal music's capacity to access and stimulate neural networks that other therapies cannot reach, offering hope for various neurological conditions. The social synchrony of musical performance. Ensemble music making represents one of humanity's most sophisticated forms of nonverbal cooperation. Successful group performance requires constant mutual anticipation, precise timing, and seamless adaptation, skills that translate to broader social competence. Studies of jazz ensembles and orchestras reveal how musicians synchronize not just their playing but their breathing and neural activity during performances. This extraordinary interpersonal coordination develops through musical training, fostering teamwork abilities that extend beyond the rehearsal room. The social bonds formed through shared musical creation often prove exceptionally strong, reflecting music's unique capacity to harmonize individuals both figuratively and literally. Cultural perspectives on musical meaning. While music's neurological effects show universality, its cultural interpretations vary dramatically. What constitutes pleasant music in one society might sound dissonant or unstructured to another. These differences emerge from varied musical exposure during critical developmental periods, shaping neural expectations about harmony, rhythm, and melody. Despite these variations, all cultures use music for similar social functions: celebration, mourning, storytelling, and ritual. This paradox of universal application with culturally specific expression makes music both a mirror of particular societies and a bridge between them, offering insights into human diversity and commonality simultaneously. Music and memory, a special connection. The neurological link between music and memory explains its remarkable ability to evoke past experiences. Musical memories often survive even when other memories fade, as demonstrated by dementia patients who can recall songs from their youth despite severe cognitive decline. This preservation stems from music's distributed processing across multiple brain regions, creating redundant memory encoding. Emotional associations further strengthen musical memories, with the amygdala tagging significant musical experiences for preferential retention. Educators and therapists increasingly harness this connection, using music as a mnemonic device for learning and a tool for accessing seemingly lost memories in neurological patients. The developmental benefits of early music exposure. Introducing children to music during early childhood capitalizes on critical periods of neuroplasticity. Young brains exhibit heightened sensitivity to musical training, with studies showing the most significant cognitive and linguistic benefits when instruction begins before age 7. Early music engagement also fosters emotional development, as musical activities help children recognize and regulate their feelings. Parent-child music classes strengthen attachment bonds while developing sensory-motor coordination. These multifaceted benefits suggest early music exposure should be considered essential to holistic child development rather than merely an extracurricular activity. Practical applications in education. Integrating music throughout school curricula could revolutionize education. Research supports using musical mnemonics to teach academic content, setting lessons to melody to enhance retention. Rhythm training shows particular promise for improving reading fluency and mathematical patterning skills. Classroom transitions become smoother when signaled by musical cues that students instinctively follow. These applications don't require turning teachers into musicians. Simple techniques like clapping patterns for syllable counting or creating songs for memorization can yield significant benefits. By embracing music's natural appeal to young minds, educators can make learning more engaging and effective across subjects. Music in workplace and community settings. Beyond schools, musical applications enhance group functioning in various settings. Corporations use collaborative drum circles for team building, leveraging rhythm's power to synchronize groups. Hospitals employ music therapy to reduce patient stress and pain perception. Community choirs provide social connection for isolated populations like seniors and immigrants. Even public spaces benefit from carefully selected background music that influences mood and behavior. These diverse applications share a common thread: harnessing music's innate ability to coordinate emotions and actions across individuals, creating harmony in the original sense of the word. The future of music research. Emerging technologies are revealing new dimensions of music's neurological effects. Advanced brain imaging shows how musical training physically alters neural structures over time. Genetic studies explore hereditary components of musical aptitude and responsiveness. Virtual reality creates immersive musical environments for therapeutic use. Meanwhile, cross-cultural research examines both universal and culture-specific aspects of musical perception. These investigations continue to uncover music's profound impacts on human development, health, and social interaction, suggesting we've only begun to understand its full potential for enhancing lives. Implementing music-based strategies. Individuals and institutions can apply music's benefits through practical approaches. Parents might establish family music time or provide simple instruments for exploration. Schools could integrate more rhythmic activities into daily routines and prioritize music program funding. Healthcare facilities may incorporate therapeutic music into treatment plans. Workplaces can experiment with background music that enhances focus or morale. The key lies in moving beyond passive consumption to active engagement, whether through playing, singing, or thoughtfully curated listening experiences tailored to specific goals and contexts. Conclusion: in music is fundamental human need. The accumulated evidence positions music not as mere entertainment but as a basic human faculty with profound developmental, cognitive, and social significance. From awakening dormant memories in dementia patients to accelerating infant development, from enhancing academic skills to fostering cross-cultural understanding, music operates on multiple levels simultaneously. Its universality across cultures and history suggests it addresses fundamental human needs that purely verbal communication cannot. In an increasingly fragmented world, music's power to synchronize, heal, and connect may prove more valuable than ever, not just as art but as essential nourishment for the mind and soul. Thank you, and let's stay connected. Thank you for joining me on this journey of discovery. If you found this video valuable, imagine what you'll learn next. Subscribe to Wisdom Forge and hit the bell icon so you never miss more thought-provoking content, practical wisdom for everyday life, the tools to unlock your full potential. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway or what topics you'd like to see next. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning.